On July 8, 2014, a 28-year-old German man named Lars Mittank walked into a tiny airport in Varna, Bulgaria, and then sprinted out of it like he was running for his life. What you're about to see is the last known footage of Lars alive. Security camera footage that has been viewed millions of times and still gives people chills. He looks terrified. He's sweating. He's glancing over his shoulder every few seconds. And then, without warning, he vaults over a barbed wire fence and disappears forever into the Bulgarian countryside. No body has ever been found. No ransom demand. No suicide note. Just one of the strangest, most unsettling disappearances ever caught on tape. This is the story of Lars Mittank. Lars Mittank was born in 1986 and grew up in a quiet town north of Berlin. Friends describe him as funny, gentle, and obsessed with soccer and the gym. He worked as a power plant worker, lived with his mom, and had no history of mental illness or drug use. In late June 2014, Lars and 6 friends flew to Varna, Bulgaria for a week-long beach vacation at the popular Golden Sands resort. Cheap beer, sunny beaches, nightclubs. Exactly what a group of 20-something German guys wanted. For the first 6 days, everything was perfect. Photos show Lars smiling on the beach, arms around his friends, living his best life. But on the night of July 6th, everything changed. Lars got separated from his group outside, a bar called The Sailor. He told friends later that he got into an argument with some locals over soccer. Lars was a die-hard fan of Werder Bremen, and apparently he made the mistake of trash-talking the wrong Bulgarian team. 4 men jumped him in an alley. Lars took several punches to the head and, most importantly, his jaw was injured. Worse, his eardrum ruptured. He spent the rest of the night in pain but refused to go to the hospital with his friends. Instead, he went back to the hotel alone. The next morning, July 7th, Lars was in agony. His friends were scheduled to fly home that same day, but Lars couldn't fly with a ruptured eardrum. The pressure change could cause permanent damage. A local doctor examined him, prescribed the antibiotic cefprozil, and told him, "Stay 1 more night. See how you feel tomorrow. Do not get on a plane yet." His friends didn't want to leave him, but Lars insisted, "Go home. I'll be fine. I'll fly tomorrow." So 6 friends boarded their flight, and Lars checked into the cheap hotel Color in Varna, alone, in a foreign country, with a broken jaw and a perforated eardrum. That evening, Lars video called his mother. She later said he sounded absolutely terrified. He told her, "Mom, there are people who want to kill me. They've been following me ever since the fight. They're hired by the guys who beat me up." His mother tried to calm him down, told him he was probably just concussed or having a bad reaction to the medication. Lars kept repeating, "I have to get out of Bulgaria. I don't feel safe here." Then, around midnight, he texted a friend, "Something's wrong with my pills. I keep hearing voices and I think people are after me." The next morning of July 8th, the day he was supposed to fly home, Lars went back to the airport clinic to get a final checkup and a fitness to fly certificate. This is where the story turns from strange to completely inexplicable. At 3:47 p.m., Lars walks into the airport terminal carrying his luggage. He's wearing a yellow t-shirt and jeans. He looks anxious but mostly normal. He sits down to talk to the airport doctor, a man named Dr. Krasimir Kostov. According to the doctor, Lars suddenly stood up mid-consultation and shouted in German, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out." He then ran out of the office, leaving his phone, wallet, passport, everything on the doctor's desk. Security cameras capture what happens next. Lars paces nervously in the terminal. He keeps looking over his shoulder. At one point, a construction worker in a high-vis vest walks past him. Lars completely freaks out. He bolts toward the exit, sprints across the airport grounds, climbs a 9-foot barbed wire fence like it's nothing, and vanishes into the sunflower fields beyond the airport. That was the last time anyone saw Lars Mittank. So, what on earth happened to Lars? Theory 1. Drug-induced psychosis. Cefprozil can very rarely cause hallucinations, especially when combined with a head injury. A ruptured eardrum plus concussion plus antibiotics could have triggered acute paranoid psychosis. Theory 2. He really was being followed. Some people point out that Bulgaria has a reputation for organized crime and human trafficking. Maybe the men who beat him up decided to finish the job. Theory 3. He's still alive and hiding. There have been dozens of unconfirmed sightings, Germany, Brazil, even Canada, but none ever panned out. Theory 4. Suicide. Some believe Lars, overwhelmed by paranoia, walked into the wilderness to end his life. But here's the thing, 11 years later, not a single trace has ever been found. No clothes, no bones, no credit card activity, nothing. Lars Mittank's mother still keeps his room exactly as he left it. Every year on his birthday, she posts the same message online. Lars, if you're out there, please come home. The case remains open. Bulgarian police classified it as a voluntary disappearance, but privately many investigators believe something far darker happened that day. If you're ever at Varna Airport, look toward those sunflower fields. Somewhere out there is the answer to one of the internet's most haunting mysteries. What do you think happened to Lars Mittank? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more cases like this, subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.